All right, grand evening, everybody. Lakeisha McKnight is here. Want to welcome everybody to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. Again, Lakeisha McKnight is here. We are live. We are live for the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. This is a media outlet being brought to you on behalf of Women of Elevation Career Services International. And so I know I'm just getting started right now, so I'm not expecting everyone to be here right on time, but I know everybody will gradually join in on tonight. And so again, welcome aboard everyone. I am your senior coach, your host for this podcast show. And what I'm going to do before we get started, I'm going to share and actually do a watch party in the virtual community area for the nonprofit that houses this podcast. And so we do have a community area, and you might actually see the link somewhere near the description area of the podcast. It should say woecommunity.com. And so for all of you sisters out there, if you're looking for some valuable content and you want to be in the know as to what's going on with this international organization, we encourage you to plug in. All right, simply go to woecommunity.com and you can request to join the Women of Elevation community group, and we will let you right on in. We will open the door and let you in. And so let me go ahead and get this watch party started really quick. All right, hold on a second. It should be getting reared up.
With this international organization.
Sounds good. So it is live right now. Okay, let me go ahead and greet the ladies in the group first and foremost. So good evening for all of you ladies in the Women of Elevation group. Good evening to you. Lakeisha McKnight is back with you again for the second show of this week. Now remember everyone, this show goes live every Tuesday and Wednesday around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we welcome you. Now, of course, there is one other place that I do want to conduct a watch party because there's a place where I'm very, very active in. And it's a special group. So thank you so much for everyone that's being patient and waiting for me to get started, officially started with it. Appreciate your patience here. And feel free to, number one, like or love the stream that you're listening into right now. Go ahead and hit the like button or the love button. Secondly, feel free to comment. Don't be a stranger, right? Feel free to comment below with any comments or questions that you might have. And then lastly, there's the share button.
Thank you so much for everyone.
Go ahead and share this out. Be a blessing to those who are connected to you on social media. Share this thing out. All right. And so again, those are a couple of ways that you can be involved with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. And again, it is a media outlet for the nonprofit based out of Chesapeake, Virginia. It's Women of Elevation, but we also have a location in Nigeria, Africa. So not only are we here in the United States, but we're also in Africa as well. And so for all who are in Africa right now, and maybe you're listening into the replay of this, again, we welcome you. We thank you so very much for your hospitality that you gave us in 2017 when we were there. And we're looking forward to connecting with you and visiting you very soon. I know with all of this stuff going on with Corona, and I hate bringing it up, but it is what it is, and this is where we are right now. But nonetheless, this too shall pass. We have been encouraging each other, not just here in the United States, but abroad in other places. This too shall pass. This storm, this season will not remain. Seasons change. Have faith. Remember, faith over fear. Right? Faith over fear. Do not be led by a spirit of fear, right? But a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Do not be overcome by what's being shown to you in the media. Focus on what is important. The fact that you are still alive. The fact that you still have yet an assignment connected to your life. You're still living. You're listening right now to this podcast show, this particular broadcast, and it really is an honor in knowing that God still has a plan for each and every one of you. And so thank you so much once again for plugging in. Now let's get to the topic matter at hand, shall we? I just had to give that word of inspiration because I know many people may feel a little down and out because of all that's going on, but remain encouraged. Be encouraged out there. All right. So now that we're here in the month of April, for Women of Elevation, We want to help you ladies out there to understand more about the power of hosting events. All right. So all throughout this month, we're going to be talking about giving you tips and strategies on how to really host events, create events and host them, and what to do after the events have concluded. So we're going to talk to you all about these things, but I'm going to introduce the various types of events that are available and also share with you a way by which you can connect with Women of Elevation for our next business event. We actually have an event, a seminar that we're going to be conducting via Zoom, okay? And so really quick, we're going to be teaching women all around the world, specifically those who have an interest in consulting. Maybe you want to be a professional consultant in a particular area, right? It could be event planning yourself. You might want to be an event planning consultant, or you might want to be a leadership consultant, a business consultant, right? If you want to be a consultant, we're going to share with you the how-tos of getting it started, being able to establish those loyal customers. So we're going to talk a lot about that and give you the strategies on how to create such a business. Also, for those of you who are interested in the nuts and bolts, the specific details, the tools that you may need for creating various events or hosting various events, we're going to talk about that as well. And there's also going to be a bonus class, all right? A bonus class connected to this virtual seminar. Now, you don't want to miss this class because I personally will be teaching that particular class, and it's really going to focus in on a simple roadmap, simple strategies that's going to help you to generate $2,000 or more, okay, and passive income within your home within the next 90 to 120 days. So for those of you tuning in right now, maybe because of this, coronavirus, you can't go to work or your job has closed its doors and you're trying to get that extra income coming in, this would be the seminar for you because you can get that extra cash flow coming in. We're only going to get some things to you, strategies to you. We're not trying to get anything out of you, okay? So I want you to go ahead and register for that event if you have any particular interest in cash flow generation, okay? If you're interested in hosting events and or if you're interested in consulting work, go ahead and click on the link. There is a link, right, somewhere in the comments area or the description area. It should say www.thecreateseminar.com. Okay, www.thecreateseminar.com. That's the link you want to go to so that you can register and secure your seat on the Zoom platform for this business seminar. It's going to take place on Saturday, April the 18th. So save the date, mark your calendar so that you can be with us on the platform. Okay, be with us on the platform. All right. And so again, power of events. There are various types of events that a person can host, right? Two general categories is what I would place them in. I would say that the first category is virtual events. And then the second category is live in-person events. Okay, two general categories. And so over the course of the next couple of Tuesdays and Wednesdays of this month, we're going to be going into detail a little, just kind of giving you the nuts and bolts, kind of little tips and strategies here and there. But you're going to get the full-blown, from start to finish, of some of this particular topic during the actual seminar on April the 18th. So I don't want you to think it's the same redundant information because you're going to get the full-blown course during that seminar. All right. So again, two categories, virtual events and live in-person events where you can actually touch somebody. Okay. Now, I personally have conducted these two types of events as far as the categories. I like the both of them, but they also have its own pros and cons for each category. So it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, we all know because of social distancing right now, many people are taking advantage of virtual events. And so we're going to talk about virtual events first, okay? We're going to actually dig into it this coming Tuesday. So next week on Tuesday, we're going to start to give you kind of some nuts and bolts about virtual events on that particular week. So you don't want to miss that. And make sure you share this out with other female friends of yours, business colleagues who may have an interest in understanding more about virtual events. We're talking about utilizing third-party platforms to host events where you're streaming online. Okay, you're streaming online, these type of events. And so we're going to talk about the pros and cons of utilizing them, and maybe give you a tip or two about platforms that you can use to get the best results. So make sure you do tune in, that you do write it down in your calendar, that you don't miss any of our sessions here with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. Now, here's the deal. We may not actually be airing this live on my timeline next week. That is the reason why we encourage you to plug into the virtual community. All right, we're giving you hints. All right, we're letting you know that we may not be on the timeline, but we may just be in the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast platform, which is going to air inside of the community area. So again, woecommunity.com is how you're going to enter the community area. Now, it's not like a click or anything like that. We just want to make sure that we have those of you who have an interest in consulting, conference hosting, or any of the like in one particular area, so that we're not just really just throwing darts and arrows everywhere. We want to make sure that we're targeting those of you ladies with this interest. So again, I appreciate your time on tonight. These podcast episodes are not meant to be long. The maximum that we normally give it is about 15 minutes. So we're right on the bullseye right now. So we want to encourage you, for all of you, if you're catching the replay, definitely hashtag replay in the comment section. And if you're listening in live, we thank you so very much for plugging in. All right. And so we're looking forward to coming back and being with you. Remember, this podcast represents the nonprofit Women of Elevation, where we empower women like you with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate, so you can walk in your God-given purpose and truly live your dream lifestyle. We appreciate you on behalf of the entire leadership team of the company. Thank you so much. Be blessed. And we'll be back with you all on next week. Take care, everyone.